Okay, well, massive welcome to everyone tonight on our stories call. Really excited to share with you guys a little bit tonight on different stories. Tonight really is about hearing from different people, different walks of life, of how this product, Juice Plus, and how this business has impacted the lives of these guys. For those that don't know me, I think everyone does know me on here, but for anyone that's listening to this recording as well, my name is Abby and I've been part of the Juice Plus business now for 6 years. I'm a stay-at-home mum of 3, and tonight at the end I'm going to share just a little snippet of my story, but really tonight really is about showcasing our community. You know, one of the things I loved when I stepped into this 6 years ago was the community and what this is about, because it's really about like-minded people that really want to share a mission. Our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world, and we do this globally. Tonight we've got all, different people from around the world, and tonight we've actually got 2 from Italy sharing as well tonight, which is super awesome. We've got Dubai on the call, we've got Eastern States, we've got all sorts, and I'm sure if you're listening to this recording, it can be global. And this is why I absolutely love this business, is the fact that we can do this online, around the world, in our pajamas, or whatever we want to wear, and we get to connect with people all around the world and share our stories. So our stories are so powerful because it's our personal experience, and that is something that, when we start hearing different stories, you realize that we've got something amazing in our hands. So really, I just want to introduce each person to you and really let them share, first of all, the first half, what this product has done for them, the impact of the product, of just our fruit, veg and berries. And also the second half of this is to really share how we're doing this as a business, and how you can do this as a business as well, and how simple it can be for you, and share a little bit about how we've managed to do that in our time as well. So the first person I'm going to get up to share is the beautiful Elsa. So Elsa is from Italy, and I'll let her share a little bit about how long she's been on the product as well. But Elsa, I've watched her journey and seen her transformation as well. And Elsa, I'd really love you to share in about 2 to 3 minutes what Juice Plus, the product, has done for you. So I'm going to, if you want to unmute, and I'll just spotlight you.
So I've been, all my life, I've been with a very good skin, didn't have a problem with any face products, only had the kind of mixed skin that you get, the T-zone problem, the one spot every month, and that was it, actually. And last summer, I got cystic acne. Like, I have pictures here just to show you how bad it was. Like, I had this and never had to deal with that. I had never had a problem like that. This was my forehead, like, and I didn't know what to do. Like, I tried everything I could. In a span of 3 or 4 months, I've been to doctors, I've been to facialists, very painful, let me say that. And at some point, I was just chatting with my friend Nikki, and she told me, why don't you try adding more fruits and veggies in your diet? And I was like, you know what, let's try. And I did that, and I was trying to, like, I was hoping it would work, because my skin was very angry. Like, I could just touch my my face like that, and the next day I would have like 3 more spots, and I was like, no, it's not, it doesn't make sense, it was really angry. So I started. I was very eager for it to work, but I didn't really, like, I wanted to see it for myself, And then after a couple of weeks, I've noticed that my skin wasn't that angry anymore. And then after 3 weeks, I didn't have more and more spots. Like after 1 month, my skin was getting better, and you can see now, like it didn't came back. It hasn't come back since then, and I just I just don't know what to say. It just you can see the results, and there's nothing more to add to it. And then I found that my energy levels got better, and all of my scars from the cystic acne I was having were gone in like 3 months. So I got all new skin, and it was you could see the difference, because I also made a picture where I put the before and after side by side, and you can see the luminosity of the skin. It's totally different. Like I looked like I was sick all the time, and last summer I remember people telling me, what's wrong with you? You look like a teenager. And I was like, I know, and I don't know what to do. So nothing worked. Like I tried doctors, many different skincare, and nothing worked. Only this worked. So it says something on the validity of the product and of the quality. And I have had a couple girls who got better with their skin by being on Juice Plus, and I could add also the hair gets a lot better. Like you can see the hair getting better. If you have lots of hair falling out and stuff like that, you can see that change, I think, in 2 or 3 months as well. So I just say give it 90 days and just see for yourself. That's
awesome. Thank you so much, Elsa. That's beautiful. And I didn't introduce that it was a skin story, sorry. But I love hearing that, because one of our studies is actually on skin. So the thing is with Juice Plus, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but one of the amazing things is our studies behind it, and skin is something that has been studied in the body, and what I love is seeing the proof of that. So Elsa, thank you so much for sharing your skin story. Okay, so the next person I would like to share is the gorgeous Sophie. And Soph, I would love you to share your story. You've got a big story, so I know that it's going to be hard for you to shorten that as much as possible. But Soph's going to share on some of her health issues, mainly lupus. But I'd love you to share a little bit on what Juice Plus has done for you.
Sure, thanks, Abby. I'll try my best to actually shorten that in like 3 minutes. But I had basically been diagnosed with lupus 17 years ago. And lupus is an autoimmune disease. So what was happening is that my immunity, instead of like working for me to help me get better, actually was attacking my organs and my body. So from the day I was diagnosed, I started having all these inflammation, like mouth ulcers in my nose. I got diagnosed straight away with Bell's palsy, which is half of my face was completely paralyzed for like close to 4 months, and I had to feed myself through a straw. Started to get on lots of medication. And then when that got under control, I started having joint pains. It started getting worse and worse, and I ended up being diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. It was really, really bad. I couldn't do anything by myself. For over 3 years, my husband had to shower me every night. I couldn't, at night it was worse. Nights and mornings were worse. He had to actually pick me up, put me in the shower. I couldn't stand up by myself. I couldn't, sit down by myself. I couldn't do anything. I was put on prednisone, cortisone, same thing. I was putting on so much weight. I was getting really bloated, and the pain was atrocious. I was obviously seeing the doctor regularly, and I had moved to Australia back then. And just the specialist that I was going to see, just asked me for a routine test. And I did my test and had the shock of my life one morning. I had the pathology center ring me at 6 a.m. and they said to me I had to go and see the doctor straight away. So they didn't tell me what I had. So I was rushed to the specialist on that same day. And I was having, my kidneys were failing. So rushed in hospital, had to do a biopsy. Had to do chemo for 6 months to try to reboot my kidneys, but I was left with 10% of my kidneys only functioning. So I did medication, again, you know, like really feeling really depressed and not feeling good by myself, because I was like, you know, there was so much happening, and it wasn't easy. Just at this point where I thought that everything was actually, I had gone through the lot. I went on one of my regular visits again. My specialist said, you know, I had to go, and asked me if I actually did my normal pap smear like all women should do. And I said, you know, my plate is actually already full. So I didn't bother. And she said, you actually need to, because it's really important for someone that has a low immunity. And here I went to see a gynecologist that actually saw me and did like the normal routine test again. And bingo, a couple of days later, the doctor rang me and said, you know, you have to come back because your results are abnormal. And I was like, abnormal? What does that mean? She said, just come back in my cabinet. So went back. My husband was with me, and she said, we're going to do a biopsy. And after the biopsy, I remember she made us sit down, and she said, guys, I'm going to send that to the lab to get confirmation, but I have to tell you that I can see cancer with my bare eyes. A couple of days later, I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. It was a very low point in my life because, you know, I was asking myself, how much more and how much more am I going to get? Because what happened after that, not only I had to do take care of the cancer, but like after all this, I started having side effects, either of the medication or of the illness itself. I started having high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and the worst of it all was that I started having gout. I don't know if you know anyone that has gout, but like it's atrocious pain. I couldn't put my foot down on the bed. I couldn't cover my foot with a sheet. I couldn't hang my foot off the bed. I was in so much pain that I ended up having to actually get crutches to be able to move from one place to the other. For me, it was around that period that I had a beautiful friend that's actually on the call today, that actually, for the first time, you know, after I had seen all these specialists throughout, I'm talking about over 15 years of being sick, for the first time someone actually questioned my nutrition. And she said, you know, how about your nutrition? And I was like, I think I'm healthy. I have an odd salad here and there. And she said, how about you try Juice Plus? And by that time, I was so desperate that I just said, you know, if it's natural, I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to give it a try. Nothing happened for me overnight because I suppose because of the amount of inflammation that I had in my body. But over the months, it was crazy because of my chronic illness, I also had chronic fatigue. So over the month, I started having so much energy, and like it just went, like I just was feeling better. And after 8 months, around 8 months mark, I remember I said to my husband, you know, I want to go to the gym. And he was like, really? And I said, yes. And, you know, and he said, okay, if you want to. And I remember I went to the gym that first day with my foot was swollen and like I could not even tie my laces. But I was like, I have the energy, I have to go. So, you know what, from then onwards, I never looked back. My life just became better and better and better. You just have to see, like everything went better. My skin, my hair, my energy. And over the next years after that, I had a really low bone density because of the amount of cortisone that I'd been put through over the years. And last year I had to redo my bone density test, and it came back. It went from I was borderline osteoporosis, and it came back with like normal. I had no more trace of any osteoporosis that I had before. The amazing thing about it all is that the ability I have now to live a normal life. So this is my story, and I'm forever grateful that actually Juice Plus has found me, and that I had the amazing Anika share it with me.
Awesome. So your story always still amazes me. I'm so glad Juice Plus found you too, because you're a walking testimony of actually how it's changed your life. And I think it always gives me goosebumps as well. So thank you so much for sharing that beautiful story. Really appreciate it. All right, and last product story I'd like to get to, the only male on the call is Julian. Julian, I haven't heard your story either, but I'd love to hear what Juice Plus has done for you, mainly around kidney stones, I believe, for you. So if you'd like to hop off mute and share your story.
Sure, thank you. My story is simpler than Sophie. I thought I went through hell, but listening to Sophie and knowing Sophie personally, I'm amazed by her story. But mine is quite simple. Since the age of 16, I got my first kidney stone. And basically thereon, through the years up to today, I think that I've totaled somewhere around 16 to 18 kidney stones so far. Despite the excruciating pain that happened every 3 months, I had a kidney stone regularly, almost one every 3 months, and especially getting worse over the past 5 years. It meant staying in bed for days on. It meant not being able to go out, visits with a doctor. And until last year, I basically had a kidney stone stuck in my right kidney, but where I needed to have a surgery. Long story short, the surgery could never happen due to my private health fund not being able to support the surgery. And this is when I had a chat to Sophie actually last year in regards to these issues, and she brought up on that. She told me, what about your nutrition and how things are going with you in that aspect? And I said, well, I'm happy to try anything. And I've now been on Juice Plus for a year, and I must say that I have on Juice Plus. And really, it's an amazing thing for me, because not only my life is changed completely. I have no longer any pains any months, right? I don't have a fear of going out if I can feel the pain coming. I don't have any medical. I haven't seen a doctor in a year, right? Juice Plus for me has literally changed my life, my family's life. I've got more energy, and the list just goes on, right? It's amazing the power of nutrition, because Juice Plus and the movement behind Juice Plus has changed my life and also my family's life. Yeah.
Wow, amazing, Julian. That's incredible. What a story. Thank you so much for sharing. And, this is the ripple effect that we get to have in our community, hearing Soph's story and then sharing it with you to then have your health issues clear up as well is quite amazing. So thank you guys for sharing. I'm just going to briefly just actually share on what Juice Plus actually is for those that are listening to this, because it's important to know why this has made such a difference in people's lives, right? It's great hearing the stories, but why is it so important? So what Juice Plus is, it's literally fruit, veg and berries in a vegan capsule. Okay, it's a simple format to be able to put more nutrition in your body every single day. Now, we know when you flood your body with that much nutrients every day, your body starts to heal. Okay, and this is what we're seeing in people every single day, is when there is a lack of nutrition and we add more nutrition to your diet, you get healthier cells. And with healthier cells, you get repairing of health issues. And that's the most amazing impact that we can have in people's health. So what Juice Plus is, we've got fruit, veg and berries. So in the fruit blend, we have apple, pineapple, peach, prune, orange, cranberry, papaya, beet, arachula, cherry and dates. That is our vitamins. Then we have our greens, which is our minerals, and we have carrots, cabbage, kale, rice bran, broccoli, beet, tomato, garlic, parsley, spinach and oat bran. And then lastly, we have our berries, which is our antioxidants. And that's grape, raspberry, bilberry, blueberry, cranberry, pomegranate, blackcurrant, blackberry, elderberry, artichoke, and cacao. So this is an amazing variety of fruit, veg, and berries that you get to add to your diet. Now, this is not a replacement for fruit and veggies. This bridges your gap, because at the end of the day, we know that people aren't eating enough fruit and veggies every single day. So this gives you a top up of your nutrients every day, and we start to see results. And as I said before, you know, this company's been around for over 40 years. Juice Plus has been around for over 20 years. Okay, so this is a product that has stood the test of time. Fruits and veggies are never going to go out of fashion. Okay, this is something that we're going to help people with forever. And what I love is that not only do we get to help adults on the capsules, but we also help kids as well. So the kids have a chew form of fruit and veggies, which is 17 fruit and veggies added to their diet in a chewable form. And this is what I love, is that, you know, our company is a company with a heart. So what that means is that we actually get to help people. And one thing I absolutely loved and resonated with me was having the kids version free for them. Okay, so any adult that is on the capsules can get the kids version free between the ages of 4 and 18 for our child health study. So this allows kids to, you know, eat their broccoli and kale and cabbage every single day in a chewable form, which is amazing. And the results in children are outstanding. So that's our kids version. I just want to give a plug to our Omegas as well. So this is our amazing product that's going to be out in September. And this is a natural plant-based Omega blend of 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 Omegas. It's made... Whoop, and I just threw away. It literally just dropped out of my hands. That is a beautiful arrangement of plant-based Omegas. It's one of the best in the world. So watch this space, because that's coming in September. So that's our micronutrients, is our fruit, veg, and berry capsules. And our macros is our complete, which is our whole food vegan powder. This is in chocolate and vanilla. I'm just waiting on a new batch to come because I'm completely out of chocolate, which is my favorite. And this is the vanilla bean one as well. This is great as macronutrients. So to start your day with a smoothie or a shake, if you're someone that skips a meal, this is something that bridges a gap with your meals. So if you're someone that goes for a sugary snack in the afternoon, this is a great alternative. Okay, this floods your body. So this is all of our range. 3 products: fruit, veg, berry capsules, choose and complete. Only 3 products, and this gives you a variety of over 40 nutrients added to your diet every single day, flooding your body every single day with good nutrients. So we have gold in our hands. Okay, we get to impact people's lives through fruit and veggies. But what I absolutely love, and this is what we do as well, is that because we've got such a bulletproof product, we want to share that, okay? And by sharing it, that becomes the business side of things. We share the business, we refer people to be on the product, we start to build a community around us, and we start to build teams of people around the world that get to share this, okay? And the business starts to change people's lives, okay? And this is something that you can do at home, in your own time. It's for anyone and everyone. So I'm just going to get a couple of girls to share, and I'm going to just finish up as well, just a snippet of my story on how the business has changed their life. So first of all, I'm going to get Nikki all the way from Italy as well, who I've known for over 25 years because we get to choose who we want in the business, which is super awesome. And we do this online, so we get to connect all the time. So Nikki, I'd love you just to share a bit about what the business has done for you. And over there in Italy, so I'll just spotlight you. There we go.
Thanks, Abby. I have been in the business now for just over 1 year, and I live in Italy, but beforehand I was living in Sydney, and I did 12 years in London, working in the corporate world, working in investment banking, and pretty much working myself to the bone 12 hours a day in a very high adrenaline, stressful environment, and really had seen a few friends of mine starting their own businesses and thought, you know, this is something that I want to do for myself, but I just didn't know what it was that I wanted to do. I didn't know how to start or anything like that. And also thinking about starting your own business, there's a lot of costs involved and things. And it wasn't until I moved to Italy and Abby actually reached out to me, and I had been following Abby's journey on Facebook, and this is the power of what we do on social media. We get to see people's lives. And I was seeing, you know, Abby, a friend of mine for over 25 years, you know, traveling the world and, you know, sharing her story and inspiring other people about health and wellness. And I was really curious. And when she actually spoke to me, it really came at a great time because, you know, as I was looking for something that to call my own, and the business just made total sense to me. And, you know, when I thought, you know, I have to outlay 60 euros to join the business, to have my own personal franchise, my own online business, it just made total sense. And in that time, I have managed to build a team here in Italy. I have people in London. I have a beautiful team over in the UAE. And we do this all online. We get to choose who we work with. We have a load of fun. And this has really given me a lot of freedom and the ability to choose where I work. So right now it's the middle of summer, and most days you'll see me on the beach, but still managing to be able to control my business from my mobile phone. So, I mean, from going from a 12-hour day to, you know, working like an absolute maniac to be able to manage my own business from the beach, it's just like a dream come true. So really happy to be part of this and also be able to show other people how to create the same kind of business that I've created online.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nikki. As we said, we have lots of fun doing this as well. We get to connect with everyone around the world, which is so cool. So thanks so much, Nikki, for sharing.
No worries.
I'm also going to get Nika, who's another good friend of mine too. This is another great thing. We get to spend time with each other on business and as friends. And next is a stay-at-home mum. And next, would you like to share how this business has impacted your life?
Yeah, thanks, Abs. Yeah, so Abby and I actually started on the same day, and you'll see that we've actually had very different journeys within this business, but that's what I love about this business. It's really whatever you want to make it. So when I first started, I was 8 months pregnant with my second. I already had a business that I had on the side as well. So this was really literally to start off with, it was just to pay for my products. And then I was just naturally sharing it with other people, and then people started to want to join my business, and I was like, oh gosh, and it just kept growing and growing just through naturally sharing. And then I was seeing all the results of the people around me who were on the product, and then I was like, hold on a sec. The biggest thing that sort of, I guess, hit me with the product was, with the business, was that in my other business, if I didn't work, I didn't get paid. And with school holidays, I didn't want to work because I wanted to be able to be with the kids. So that meant that whenever there were school holidays, there was no money coming in. But the Juice Plus money was slowly building up residually, and that was paying me all through school holidays when I wasn't doing any work. And so I just then realized the power of residual income and what that could do for me. So that's when I really started getting serious about the business, because then it started to pay for all that I needed in life. It started paying for the mortgage and the bills and all that sort of thing. But the thing that I found the most gratifying is the fact that when I started sharing it with people around me and my friends and starting to see then be able to make lifestyle choices that was actually massively impacting their family. So things like being able to go to reduced hours to be able to pick up kids from school and drop kids off to school, and then be able to give up work and be able to work full-time in the business has been incredible. And I think seeing everyone else's journey and seeing what an impact it's made on their lifestyle is something that I will be always incredibly grateful for, because I think at the end of the day, we're here in this world to make a difference. I want to be on my deathbed knowing that we've actually made an impact in this world. And I believe that we do that in two ways with this business. We do that with people's health in terms of the product, and we also do that in terms of offering people choices and just going, you know what, you don't need to do that 9 to 5 inflexible hours and doing traffic and that sort of thing. We can actually make a choice of what our life looks like. So I'll be forever grateful for this business.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Neeks. That's so beautiful. And she's just stepped off a plane yesterday from the company who spoilt her for 3 nights in the Hunter Valley, where she got to, be amongst some top leaders in Australia. The company spoils them basically for some training, which is amazing. So thank you so much, Neeks. I will pretty much finish up and just really share that, as Nika said, we all have different stories. We have different journeys in this business, and I love that because you can do this business around your life. And for me, I saw this 6 years ago as an opportunity as a stay-at-home mum to work around my children. Very similar to Neeks, I never wanted to put my children in daycare and do that. I wanted to be there. I wanted to be at the school assemblies. I wanted to do the school drop-offs and things like that. So for me, I saw this as why not for $165. If this can work, why not give it a go? And if all I have to do is help people and talk to people, I would do that. I'll do my best to help people. And really, I just put one foot in front of the other. And quite quickly, I realized the more that I helped people, the more my pay increased. And so I started to, increase the people I spoke to, build a team of amazing people. And I started to help them achieve their goals. And that's the one thing I absolutely love about this business, is the fact that you get to impact someone's life. And I started to focus on how many families can I help get out of financial debt, that can do with an extra $500 to $1,000 per month to help with some family bills, maybe pay for their mortgage. And I started to see more and more people that needed that financial help. And that's all we did. We actually just started to share this and impact more lives. And in return, what happened is that my life changed. I started this in a lot of debt, came from a place where we were living paycheck to paycheck. And then what this business has allowed me to do, within 3 years, I was able to reach the top position in the company. And I did that around my children. I did it in stolen moments. I did it when the kids went to bed. But I had a desire to help people. And that was my strong reason for doing this. And in 3 years, getting to that top position in the company meant a 6-figure income for my family. And that impact for my family has been life-changing. We've been able to now go from being in a lot of debt to now having visions. We've got our house on the market. We're moving closer to the beach. And what I love is that it's given us choices. It's given us the freedom. And as Nika said, it's about those choices. It's not just about the money. Money is like oxygen. We all need money. But what it also gives us is the freedom to make some amazing choices in our life. And that's why I will always do this business. So my story has literally gone from being in so much debt to now, the impact. I have to pinch myself on the 10th of every month when we get paid, because I'm like, am I seriously getting paid that amount just for helping people? So if you've got a vision, if you've got something, if you really want to start making some dreams come true and bring that to reality, this business is an opportunity to do that. And with such a low investment, this can make you a lot, thousands and thousands of dollars if you want it to be each month. So that's a little snapshot of my story. You get to hear different stories each time we do this call. And I just want to thank everyone for sharing on this. And my question for you tonight really is, listening to all of the different stories from our walks of life, is what if? What if this could be something that's a vehicle for you to change your life? And do you know some people that can impact in someone's life, in their health? And also, is there people around you that need extra income in your community as well? And I'm sure there is. So speak to the person that got you on this call, because we'd love to share more with you. But thank you so much for joining us, and I'm just going to stop recording.